Welcome to Getting Started with Voiceover and macOS. Produced by TTJ Tech Services of www.ttjtech.biz. This tutorial is a quick start primer session to show you how to use the VoiceOver screen reader and the keyboard commands necessary to navigate the basics of the macOS platform on your Mac. When conducting a training session such as this, it is necessary for us to make some assumptions. We're going to assume that you are already at least somewhat familiar with the basic layout of a standard QWERTY keyboard. We're also going to make the assumption that you already have your Mac set up, or that you are willing to set it up with VoiceOver or with sighted assistance from a family member, friend, or a coworker. Should you wish to go beyond what is taught in this session, remember, TTJ and Stir It Up offer both paid and free training through our More with the Mac class, various digital cafes, and through various paid training packages. If you wish to learn to use VoiceOver on an iPhone, iPad, or other device like an Apple TV, check out the corresponding tutorials for those courses, including Getting Started with VoiceOver for your iPhone, VoiceOver In and Out, iPad for all computing, and more. Now let's learn VoiceOver together. A quick introduction to the Apple keyboard. If you are using a standard Apple Magic Keyboard with your iMac, or if you are using most MacBook Air and MacBook Pro models, the first key on the bottom left of the keyboard is the function or globe key, more often now called the globe key. Moving directly to the right of the globe key, you will find the control key. To its right, the option key. To the right of that, you'll find the command key, followed by the space bar. Moving to the right of the space bar, you'll find command and option once again in that order. If you have a Magic Keyboard with numeric keypad, you will not have a globe key on the bottom left of the keyboard. It will immediately begin with control. So again, that basic layout from left to right is function or globe, control, option, command, spacebar, command, option. This is a row of keys that you'll definitely want to remember because it is very important. When you navigate with VoiceOver, you are moving the VoiceOver cursor. Sighted users will see a rectangle surrounding whatever item has the focus. You move and control VoiceOver by using VoiceOver keystrokes. Now, when using a Mac, you will learn that there are VoiceOver commands and there are macOS commands. macOS commands work for everyone, regardless whether they use VoiceOver. VoiceOver commands are specifically designed for users of the VoiceOver screen reader, and they'll only work when VoiceOver is turned on. Almost all VoiceOver commands include the use of the VoiceOver, or VO for short, keys. The VO keys, or VoiceOver keys, are the control and option keys held down together. So, for example, if we say to press VO right arrow, you'll press Control Option right arrow. That is, you'll hold down Control and Option, press the right arrow and let all three go. Note that in many cases, the caps lock key can also be used instead of the Control and Option keys as a VoiceOver key. The first thing we'll need to do is to turn on VoiceOver. Now, this can be done by pressing Command F5. That's Command F5. The first time you ever do this, you will be taken to a welcome screen, and you can press the V key, V as in VoiceOver, to continue, or you can also press the return key to indicate that you wish to take the VoiceOver Quick Start tutorial. We'll show you another way to access that soon. Normally, once you turn VoiceOver on, you'll hear something like this.
VoiceOver on Finder, desktop, weather, widget. You are currently on the widget. To interact with items in this group...
Now, I will stop the speech by pressing the Control key. Anytime you wish to pause the speech, you can press Control. To resume the speech, press Control again.
Control, Option, Shift.
VoiceOver is now turned on. To turn it off, press Command F5 again.
VoiceOver off.
To turn it back on, press Command F5 yet again.
VoiceOver on Finder, desktop,
and I'll
weather.
press Control to stop the speech. When you turn off or restart your Macintosh, the most recent state of VoiceOver is preserved upon restarting. So if you already had VoiceOver turned on, it will come up talking again when you restart. Although, you may have to turn on VoiceOver in the initial lock screen to log in. This can be changed later in system settings. However, if you do need to turn on VoiceOver in the login screen, simply press Command F5, as we did here. We are now on the desktop, that ubiquitous place where we can store icons and shortcuts to files and so on. We need to learn some basic navigation commands. There are some fundamentals and predictable patterns that, once we learn them, will help you to use and navigate just about any app or website you'll ever encounter. And the first one of those are the basic navigation to the next and previous element on the screen. To move to the previous element on the screen, press Control Option left arrow, or in other words, VoiceOver or VO left arrow. Remember, you can also sub the caps lock key. To move to the next item on the screen, press VO right arrow. So again, it's VO right arrow to go to the next item, and VO left arrow to go to the previous item. And this works not only on the desktop, but just about everywhere you will be. Any app, website, etc. Let's press VO left arrow right now. We're probably as far left as we can go.
Weather widget.
And we're on a weather widget. If I press VO right arrow, we'll see what else we have.
Photos widget. Macintosh HD volume. Lacy image. Calendar widget. News widget. Calendar widget. Thursday, August 29. Character palette.
I'll press Control to stop that. Your desktop may look different and may not have any widgets or drives on it at this point. I've put the weather, the calendar, and the news and the photos widget on my desktop, along with icons for the Macintosh HD, because that's where all of my apps are stored, although it's not the only way to get to your apps. And, of course, also another drive from Lacy. It's the backup drive that I use for my Mac backups with a feature called Time Machine. Now, if I want to open any of these things, the command to activate, to press a button, to click a link, to open a folder, is going to be VO spacebar. That's Control Option spacebar, or I suppose Caps Lock spacebar as well. And we can press that anywhere. So if I want to open my Macintosh HD hard drive, I'll VO left arrow to get back to it.
News, calendar, Lacy, Macintosh HD volume.
And I'll press VO space. Listen if
Actions available. Macintosh HD. You are currently on a volume. To open, press Control Option Space.to begin interacting with the contents of this image.
And we don't need to interact right now. We're just going to press VO spacebar so that you can see.
Now in Macintosh HD window, icon view collection.
And I'm immediately taken to the icons for my applications folder and everything else that I have on my Mac. Now we're going to learn a macOS command to close a window, and that is Command W. No VO keys, just Command key and the W.
Close Macintosh HD volume.
We're back on the desktop now. Now, if you don't have an icon on your desktop that you can try VO space with, that's okay, because we're going to take you to another place where you can try it, and that is the dock. The dock is one of the most popular ways to open apps because you can put your favorite and most used apps on the dock, along with recent apps that will show up on the right side of the dock. To open the dock, there is a VoiceOver command. It's VOD, as in dock. That's Control Option D, as in dock.
Dock.
Now, we can VO left
Actions
arrow.
available. You are currently on application dock item.
And listen.
To open this application, press Control Option Space.
Okay.
To show expose, press Control Option Command Space first to bring up the action menu.
They just taught us another very important command. It is the context menu. There are two different context menu commands in macOS. The first one will almost always work. If for some reason it doesn't, you can try the second one. The context command simply adds the command key. So instead of VO space, it's VO command space. That's Control Option Command and the space bar. If that doesn't work, you can do VO Shift M as in menu. VO Shift and the letter M. And remember, we're not talking about the V and O characters on the keyboard. We're talking about the VO keys. That's Control and Option. VO Shift and the letter M. Or VO Command Space is the more common one now. But to open a dock item, just VO space on it. And you can move through these dock items with VO left arrow and VO right arrow to see what's already on your dock.
Finder, Open, Launchpad, Safari, Messages, Mail, Maps, Photos, FaceTime, Calendar, Contacts, Reminders, Notes, 12 of 28.
So if I want to open one of these, let's just open Contacts.
The Contacts.
I'll just VO space on it.
Finder, Desk to Contacts, Contacts, Search All iCloud, Window, Search text field, blank, has keyboard focus.
I'll press Control to stop that.
Search.
Now we are in an app. It's the Contacts app. Very similar to the Contacts app on your iPhone and iPad if you have one, and it syncs with iCloud, so everything's available everywhere. Now, we now need to learn about the concept of interacting. Let's chat a bit. I liken this to exploring a city and going into a hotel. When you are walking the streets of the city, you see a lot of buildings. Maybe some restaurants, a bank, a bowling alley. You see all kinds of buildings. But you know not what's in them or what the inside of the building looks like unless you open the door and walk in. Otherwise, you're just seeing a bird's eye view, an outside view. If we want to go into the hotel, we must open the doors. Now we see the lobby, the front desk. Maybe we see some couches, a TV, whatever they might have in the front desk, or if it's a fancier hotel, maybe a fountain, marble. But we keep walking. We see to our left is a swimming pool indoors. To our right is a restaurant. Again, if we want to see what's in those, we have to open the doors and go inside them. We know that they're there, but we haven't gone inside yet to see their contents. And when we get our room is up on the 5th floor, so we'll take the elevator up, and now we're in the hallway. Walking down the hall, we see room 502, 504, room 506, 508, 510, but we don't see what's in them. We must open the door and walk inside to see what is in our hotel room. And when we are finished in our room, we must walk out of the door again and back into the hallway. The same is true with interacting on the Mac, because there are many, many elements on the screen that you will encounter as you use VO left arrow and VO right arrow. And many of those elements will require interacting in order to go deeper inside of it. You're drilling down deeper to get into a particular area on the screen to find its contents. When you're done, you can stop interacting or move back out a level. Now, the command to interact is VO Shift down arrow. That's the VO keys along with the Shift key. I like to do all three with my left hand and then press the down arrow with my right hand. Now, you can navigate within the area you've interacted with the VO left and right, VO space, any of those commands. When you're done interacting, you can press VO Shift up arrow to stop. Some keywords to look for to know that it is necessary to interact are things like group, any kind of group, radio group, button group, text group, bar, any kind of bar, toolbar, sidebar, scroll bar, area, text area, web area, HTML area, content area, tables, any kind of tables, And there are others. And if you leave your VoiceOver cursor still long enough, you will hear the hints that will tell you that it may be necessary to interact. This can be demonstrated beautifully in the Contacts app. We're already located right now, focused on a search field, but I want to VO left arrow to show you what else is in the Contacts app.
Vertical splitter. Contact list table, row 3 of 8.
Okay,
all iCloud. Selected.
Listen
The
to
selected card is in all iCloud. You are currently on a table. To enter this table, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
So if I don't enter that table and I keep going left...
Full screen button, minimize, close button.
Notice that I don't see the list. It says there's a list there, but what's in the list? So let's go back to the right.
Full contact list table.
And interact, VO Shift, down arrow.
In contact list table, row 3 of 8.
Now I can move to the left and to the right with VO left arrow and VO right arrow. We know that's row 3, so there must be 2 rows to the left.
iCloud section header. All contacts.
And there might be more to the right, of course.
iCloud, all iCloud family. TTJ Gold members on my Mac section header.
Let's go back to the left.
Family, all iCloud.
And maybe we press VO space. Maybe we don't. Maybe we use the expand command of VoiceOver, VO backslash, to expand various collapsed sections or expand disclosure triangles, but we're not going to do that right now because we're already believing this is selected. So we're going to actually stop interacting with VO Shift up arrow.
Out of contact list table.
Now my contact list of all iCloud is selected, but where are my actual contacts? Well, now that I've stopped interacting with the table of lists, I would expect to see another table to the right that includes the table of actual contact cards. Go to the right with VO right arrow.
Vertical splitter. Search all iCloud. Search text field.
And you may or may not need to interact with that. You probably can just start typing to search a name.
Search all iCloud. Search text field. Blank.
Let's keep going to the right, though.
The contact list table. Row 441 of 495. Carson Wade.
And look at that. There is our table of contacts. To see the contact cards here again, you need to go into that hotel. VO Shift down arrow.
In contact list table.
And now we can left and right with the VO keys.
Anthony V's, James V, Zoe Vett, Kelly Vett, Zoe Vett, James, Anthony Carson, Kathy Vollebrecht, Edward Vollebrecht.
And again, when we find one we want, we can stop interacting with VO Shift up arrow, and we can move to the right where we would expect to find their actual contact information, or sometimes we have to interact with the name to see their contact information. I don't think, if we interact with the name...
In Edward Vollebrecht, image.
Nope, there's nothing there other than the contact image. Let's stop interacting.
Out of Edward Vollebrecht.
We're still in the list of table of contact cards, so we could stop interacting and move to the right, or we can, and then start interacting when we find the actual contact information. Let's do that.
Out of contact list table.
Go to the right.
The contact list contact.
And there's nothing there. So that means we need to do a little more exploring. Let's go to the left.
Cap U sec contact list table. Cap U.
Well, we probably need to stop interacting a second time.
Contact list table.
Okay.
Out of scroll area.
Now go to the right.
Vertical split. Edward Vollebrecht. Profile picture button. Edward Vollebrecht. Message button, call button, video button, mail button, contact info table, no selection.
Okay, so we had some buttons to call, message, mail, but then we have the contact info table where we can read his information. And again, we start interacting with VO Shift down.
In contact, iPhone phone pop-up button, home phone pop-up button, FaceTime. Home email pop-up button, ENDC iCloud email pop-up button, ENDCVO.
And it reads those to me.
FaceTime. Home phone pop-up button, 717 app.
And we'll stop interacting. And it is as simple as that. That's how you navigate with VoiceOver. Now, remember those context commands like VO command spacebar. They can come in handy. For example, if we find a contact
video call at vertical
back to the left
in contact list table in Vollebrecht family printer.
And we can do a VO command space.
Actions menu, 2 items.
Go down.
Show alternate items.
Let's show the alternate items. VO space.
Edit button. Vollebrecht video. Vollebrecht fan edit. Share card. Vollebrecht.
So we have edit and share card. We'll press escape. and we can stop interacting.
Edit. Full screen. Edit.
Now,
Video
what you might
contact.
also do is VO Shift M, and that is done by doing.
Mail. Volbrecht message. Volbrecht family share card. Edit. Full screen. Edit. Share card. Volbrecht family printer. Image. Volbrecht family printer. Company.
And what we
Your
have
card message button.
right now is we're still inside of this, so it is a screen that we can actually
Jessica.
press the Command W to close because it actually opened a new window. But now we're going to try
Volbrecht family.
VO Shift M.
Menu. 5 items.
And you see there,
Share. Export V card. Edit card. Delete card. Spotlight. Volbrecht.
we have some different commands. We'll press Escape.
Closing menu.
So it's worthwhile to check both of those. Now again, to close this window, Command W. And by the way, to actually quit a running app, it's Command Q. Let's do Command W.
Finder. Desktop.
And in this case, we don't have to do Command Q because it just works that way. Now, another command we want to learn is how to access the menu bar. There is almost always a menu bar in most apps, and even on the desktop. The VoiceOver command to open the menu bar is VOM. VOM as in menu. Remember VO Shift M for context menu. This is just VOM.
Apple menu. 10 items.
And the Apple menu is always first. You move through the menus with VO right and VO left. When you find a menu you want, you press VO space to open it. You can also press VO down to open it. Once you open it, use the VO down arrow and VO up arrow to move through the menu. And to choose a menu item, you press VO space. So let's look at the menus we have with the VO right arrow. We're on the Apple menu right now. Next is the application menu.
Finder menu. 7 items.
Finder is the next one because that's the app we're in. It's just the desktop. It's Finder. Let's go to the right.
File. Edit. View. Go. Window. Help. Menu. 3 items. Search result.
Now, go back to the left.
Window. Go. View. Edit. File. Finder. Apple.
And let's go into the Apple menu. VO down arrow.
About this Mac.
Let's do that. I can escape if I don't want to, but let's do About This Mac. VO space.
Closing menu. System information. About this Mac. Window. More info. Button has
VO right.
regulatory certification.
VO left.
More info. Sonoma 14. Mac OS H4TGX serial Macintosh HD startup to 8 gigabytes memory Apple M1.
Okay, so Command W.
Finder desktop.
And there you go. Now to open apps on your Mac, again, we can use the dock with VOD. And we can use Macintosh HD if it's showing on your desktop. If not, you can add it to your desktop from Finder Preferences, Finder Settings, as they're now called. Another thing you can do to open apps is to use the Launchpad. And so to use the Launchpad, we simply open the dock and then choose Launchpad. So VOD.
Contacts, messages, Launchpad,
and VO space.
Launchpad, App Store.
It brings up a grid of apps, much like you have on your iPhone or iPad. You can just navigate all different directions with the VO keys.
Safari, Mail, Contacts, Calendar, Reminders, Notes, FaceTime, Messages, Map, TV, Weather, News, Stocks, Books, Dictionary.
And if you want one, VO space on it. Otherwise, just press Escape.
Finder, Desktop.
Now, there's lots and lots more to learn about using the Mac. And one of the ways we encourage you to do that is to use the Help menu in the menu bar. So go to VOM.
Apple.
Go to the right until you get to the Help menu. VO right arrow.
Go Window Help.
VO space. And go down.
Tips for your Mac. Mac OS Help. Mac OS Help.
If you open Mac OS Help, you can access a user guide and a whole help system on board to learn about your Mac. Also remember, each app has its own help system in it in most cases. Now, what about VoiceOver? Well, let's press Escape.
Closing menu.
And let's quickly
Macintosh.
talk before we close here today about a couple of helpful ways to learn more about VoiceOver. For one, there's keyboard help. You activate this by pressing VO and the letter K. K as in keyboard. In keyboard help, you can press any keys that you wish to press, and they will not have any effect on the Mac itself, but they will be described to you if they are VoiceOver commands. If you have a trackpad, you can also perform gestures if you turn on Trackpad Commander, but we're going to save that for a different session. But let's VOK to show you what that sounds like.
Starting keyboard help. Type keys to hear their names. Hold down the VoiceOver keys while typing to hear VoiceOver commands. Press the escape key at the top left corner of the keyboard to stop help.
So if I'm not sure what I want, where the command key is,
Command, Option, Control.
I can press anything. And if I want to try something together, like what does VOJ do?
Option, Control, J, Go to linked item. Moves the voiceover cursor to the item linked to the current item.
And I did that one on purpose because we showed you before how to move to, let's say, a contact card and then stop interacting and move over and then find the contact info and start interacting. VOJ would have saved us about 3 steps there because we could have jumped.
Macintosh HD volume control.
We could have VO jumped from one element of the screen to the next, to the linked item. The contact card and the contact info should have been linked, and I just didn't do that because I was trying to teach you fundamentals. But we can press anything we want. What does VO and the letter T do?
Option, Control, T, red text attributes. Describes all text attributes.
That's a good one. Is it bold? Is it italic? You know, what color's the font? So that's useful, okay? When we're done here, we press Escape.
Escape, stopping keyboard help.
Now, another one that I'd like to show you is VOH. That is the VoiceOver help menu, and it gives you many options, which you can VO down arrow to go through.
VoiceOver help menu, 5 items.
Now go down.
User guide control option, question mark.
There's the VoiceOver user guide. You'll want to read that right away.
Commands help menu control option, HH.
And it tells you a shortcut key. You can press Control-Option-H twice or Control-Option-HH to get to that. That's all your VoiceOver commands. You can get a huge list of VoiceOver commands there and read through them, most current ones.
Keyboard help Control-Option K.
That's the keyboard help we already looked at.
Sounds help menu.
And this is a menu. You can just open it up with the VO space or the VO right arrow, and then you can VO down arrow through it and hear all different VoiceOver sounds with a description of what they do.
Sounds help menu, 75 items. Actions available. Animation shaking. Announcement. Attack. Auto-corrected. Attachment.
All these different sounds. We'll VO left arrow.
VoiceOver help.
And then
a quick start tutorial control option FN command 8.
And that's control option, globe or function, command, and the number 8. And this is a useful thing. This will take you through the quick start tutorial of how to use
quick start
your VoiceOver with your Mac. I highly encourage you to do that. It sounds like this.
The VoiceOver Quick Start. In this Quick Start, you'll learn VoiceOver basics, as well as important VoiceOver commands to help you navigate on your Mac and use apps. You can exit the Quick Start at any time and finish it later. To advance through the Quick Start panels now, use the arrow keys located to the right of the main keyboard keys.
And I'll just press Escape.
VoiceOver on Finder, desktop.
And there you have it. I highly encourage you to do that. Again, VOH, go into the Quick Start tutorial. This concludes getting started with VoiceOver for macOS. Please join us for both paid and free training opportunities to learn more and go to the next level. From TTJ, Trainer Matt, saying God bless you and see you next time. Take care, everybody.